We'll stay with legal matters. The Electoral Court in Bloemfontein is today expected to deliver judgment in a case on whether the Umkhonto weSizwe party should be registered as a political organization. The ANC is challenging the Electoral Commission's registration of the MK party, which the former president, Jacob Zuma, has endorsed ahead of this year's hotly contested national and provincial elections. The ANC argued that the MK party's registration was unlawful. Let's get you more on this. Bring in our reporter, Kamogelo, Seekoei, who joins us now from just by court. And Kamogelo, a lot is hinging on this. No matter what the court has to say today, it'll have great implications.
Definitely, it will have great implications. But from what we have learned when we arrived here at the Supreme Court of Appeal, where this matter was heard last week, we understand that the matter is going to be, or rather the judgment is going to be handed down virtually. We also understand that there's only going to be one judge who's going to be handing down this judgment this morning. But from what happened last week, obviously the ANC wanting the MK party removed from the ballot paper before the general elections in May. What we saw here last week was scores of people coming here to support the sitting or the hearing of the matter. But today it's rather quiet here around the court. Perhaps that is informed by the fact that this matter will be heard virtually. But we heard from the ANC last week, obviously giving strong opinions about what should happen in court. The fact that the Secretary General of the party told members that they don't want their former president to run away with their assets. Obviously, this matter that was sitting last week was not to hear about the branding, but he did mention to the supporters of the party that they would not allow him to run away with their branding, and that Umkhonto weSizwe was a brand that belonged to the ANC. And conversely, Jacob Zuma also talking to his supporters after the matter was heard, telling them that the ANC had not given any attention to that brand, and that is the reason why he decided that he would support the Umkhonto weSizwe party and that he would be campaigning for the Umkhonto weSizwe party. But today, obviously, we will be hearing judgment, and the ANC Secretary General did concede in a press conference last week also that this is not a moral issue. It is an issue that is based on submissions in the court, and they were looking forward to any outcome because the IEC, which the ANC had brought, or rather challenging in this matter, is in agreement with the Umkhonto weSizwe party. So today, later on, we will hear from the court, and obviously everyone who's involved in this matter is waiting with bated breath as to how the court is seeing this matter. Ayanda?
Yeah, and I suppose because this judgment is going to be delivered virtually, Kamogelo, we're not really expecting to see any kind of action outside court, as was the case the last time we were there.
Definitely not. It's very quiet. You don't see anyone from either one of the parties that were here last week. Where we are standing, if it was last week, you would see scores of people walking around. There were barricades here last week. You know, there were more than, I would say, from both parties put together, there were more than 1,000 people who came here to support both parties. But today is quiet. You don't even see one member of the party here at the Supreme Court of Appeal. So the scene is totally different from what it was last week, and I know that everyone should be, curious as to what the judgment is going to be later today.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, they could catch it either on this channel or any of our platforms here at the SABC. For now, Kamogelo Seekoei, thanks very much indeed. She's live to us there from just outside the Electoral Court in Bloemfontein.